I walked past a salon window yesterday and saw 3 women in their 50s getting the exact same haircut that's number 1 on today's worst list. My heart sank because in 30 minutes they'd walk out looking 15 years older than when they walked in. The stylist was actively aging them and they had no idea. Number 3 is still being pushed as low maintenance, but it's actually the most aging cut possible. Stay with me because I'm about to save you from months of regret and hundreds of wasted dollars. Hello gorgeous. Welcome back to Glow at Any Age, where we give you honest beauty truth that saves you time, money, and heartache. If you're new here, welcome to our community of savvy women over 50 who refuse to accept aging haircuts just because a stylist says it's appropriate for our age. Today I'm exposing the worst haircuts after 50 in 2026, and more importantly, telling you exactly what to ask for instead. This could be the most valuable 11 minutes you spend this week. Let's dive in. Before we start, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I share money-saving beauty truth like this every single week. And if this video saves you from a disastrous haircut, give it a thumbs up so more women can avoid these aging mistakes. Trust me, what you're about to learn is worth way more than any salon visit. Let's get started. Here's what you need to understand about haircuts after 50. Most stylists have a mental default for mature women, and that default is outdated, unflattering, and aging. They're not trying to harm you. They're just following what they were taught or what's easy for them. But in 2026, we know better. These 5 haircuts are still being given to women over 50 every single day, and every single one of them adds years to your appearance. I'm going to show you exactly what makes them aging and what to demand instead. Let's start with the absolute worst offender. The worst haircut after 50, the one I saw in that salon window, is the short, heavily layered mushroom cut. This is when your hair is cut short all over with heavy choppy layers that create a round, puffy shape around your head like a mushroom cap. It's usually combined with wispy, thinned-out ends. This cut is aging for multiple devastating reasons. First, the round mushroom shape adds width to your face and head, making you look heavier and older. The round silhouette emphasizes any roundness in your face, rather than creating the elongating, flattering lines we want. Second, the heavy choppy layers remove density from hair that's already naturally thinning with age. When you aggressively layer mature hair, you end up with straggly, thin ends that look unhealthy and old. Third, that round puffy shape is dated. It immediately reads as a style from decades past, which ages you by association. Modern hair has movement and texture, not stiff rounded shapes. And finally, the wispy thinned ends that stylists create with thinning shears or razors make your hair appear even thinner and more damaged than it actually is. So what should you ask for instead? A textured crop with longer pieces throughout. Instead of round and puffy, you want dimension and movement. Ask your stylist for a shortcut with varying lengths that create texture, with longer pieces around your face for softness and framing. No thinning shears, no razors, just scissor work that creates dimension without removing density. Tell them you want a modern textured shortcut, not a mushroom. The difference is night and day. The second worst haircut is the ultra-short buzzed pixie with clip sides. This is when your sides and back are cut extremely short with clippers, leaving only minimal length on top. While this might look edgy on a 20-year-old model, on most women over 50 it's harsh and aging. The problem is exposure. When you clipper the sides and back that short, you're exposing your entire hairline, the full shape of your skull, your ears completely, and all the skin on your neck. For mature women, this level of exposure typically highlights aging rather than hiding it. Hairlines naturally recede at the temples as we age. The skin on our necks shows texture and aging. When you expose all of this with an ultra-short clippered cut, you're drawing attention to areas that show age most. The severe, almost masculine edge also lacks the softness that tends to flatter mature faces. Without hair to frame your face gently, features can appear harder and more angular, which ages you. And the flat shape created by clippers makes your head appear wider, and your face shorter. What to ask for instead? A pixie with length maintained throughout. Even if you want very short hair, having length all over rather than clip sides makes an enormous difference. Ask for a pixie cut with at least an inch of length on the sides and back, more on top, all done with scissors not clippers. You want texture and softness around your face and at your nape. This gives you short hair without the harsh exposure. Specify scissors only, no clippers. Here's number 3, the one still being sold as low maintenance. The blunt chin-length bob with thick straight-across bangs. This seems classic and timeless, but when executed with blunt heavy lines, it's actually quite aging on mature women. The blunt bob without any layering creates a heavy, dragging effect. All that weight sitting at your jawline draws attention directly to your jaw and neck, which is often where we experience the most visible aging. The horizontal line created by the blunt ends also makes your face appear wider and shorter. There's no lift, no movement, just weight pulling everything down. The thick straight-across bangs compound the problem. Heavy bangs create a harsh horizontal line across your forehead that shortens your face and makes it appear wider. They hide your eyebrows, which are crucial for framing your face. They can create shadows that make your eyes appear smaller and deeper set. And they require constant maintenance, growing into your eyes and looking ragged between cuts. The combination of blunt bob and heavy bangs creates an overall heavy, boxy appearance that's unflattering and dated. So what's the alternative? A textured bob with soft side-swept fringe or no bangs. Ask for a bob with subtle layers and texture throughout that remove weight and create movement. The back should be very slightly shorter than the front, creating gentle angles rather than one blunt line. If you want bangs, ask for soft, wispy, side-swept bangs that blend into face-framing layers, not thick straight-across bangs. Or better yet, skip bangs entirely and ask for long face-framing layers that start at your cheekbones. Tell your stylist you want movement and softness, not blunt, heavy lines. Okay, pause for a second. Have you gotten any of these haircuts? No shame, we've all been there. Drop a comment and tell me which one you've experienced or which mistake you're avoiding at your next appointment. And if this is saving you from a bad haircut, hit that like button and share this with a friend before her salon visit. 2 more aging cuts to avoid coming up. The 4th worst haircut is the over-permed short style. Yes, perms are still happening in 2026, and they're still aging women unnecessarily. This is when short hair is chemically permed into tight, uniform curls that create that unmistakable old lady perm look. The problems are numerous. First, tight perm curls look artificial and dated. They immediately scream decades past, which ages you by association. Modern hair doesn't look like that. Second, perms are damaging to hair that's already becoming drier and more fragile with age. The chemicals further dry and damage your hair, making it look and feel unhealthy. Third, the uniform tight curls create a round, puffy shape that adds width to your face and head. There's no natural movement or variation, just uniform springy curls that look like a wig. Fourth, perms remove your styling options. You're stuck with the perm curl pattern until it grows out, which can take months of looking dated and aged. So what should you do if you want texture and wave? Embrace your natural texture enhanced with modern techniques. If your hair is naturally straight and you want wave, learn to use hot tools like a large barrel curling iron or hot rollers for soft, natural-looking waves when you want them. Or consider a modern body wave, which creates softer, looser, more natural movement than a traditional perm. If your hair has natural wave or curl, work with a stylist who understands curly cutting techniques to enhance your natural texture. Ask for a cut that works with your natural pattern, enhanced with curl-specific products, not chemical processing. Tell your stylist absolutely no perms. You want natural modern texture, not artificial dated curls. And the 5th worst haircut after 50 is the long one-length cut with no layers. This is when hair is all one length, usually past the shoulders, with no layering or face framing. While long hair can absolutely be beautiful on mature women, the one-length approach is unflattering for several reasons. First, hair naturally loses density and thickness as we age. When you keep it all one length, that thinning is most visible at the ends. You end up with thin, straggly ends that look unhealthy and aged. Second, one-length hair has no movement or dimension. It hangs flat and lifeless, which is unflattering and makes your hair appear thinner than it is. Third, without any face framing layers, long one-length hair can actually drag your face down visually, emphasizing sagging and making you look older. And fourth, one-length long hair is difficult to style. Tends to just hang there, and when you try to style it, it often flips out at the ends, creating a pyramid shape. What to ask for instead? Long hair with soft, long layers and face framing. The key word is long layers. You're not removing length, you're adding dimension and movement throughout. Ask for layers that start lower in your hair, not short choppy layers throughout. You want to maintain length and fullness while creating movement. Crucially, Ask for face framing layers that start around your cheekbones or chin. These shorter pieces around your face create lift and draw attention to your eyes rather than your jawline. They also give you styling versatility. Tell your stylist you want to keep the length but add dimension and face framing. Long soft layers, not short choppy ones. So there you have it. The 5 worst haircuts after 50 in 2026. The short layered mushroom, the ultra short buzzed pixie, the blunt bob with heavy bangs, the over-permed style, and the long one-length cut. Every single one of these is still being given to women over 50, and everyone adds years to your appearance. The pattern you'll notice? These cuts are either too heavy and blunt, too short and harsh, too round and dated, or too flat and lifeless. The alternatives all focus on texture, movement, dimension, and face framing. Modern flattering haircuts for mature women have soft layers, strategic length, natural texture, and pieces that frame and lift your face. When you go to your next salon appointment, you now have the language to advocate for yourself. You know what to avoid and what to ask for instead. Don't let your stylist default to what's easy or what they think is age appropriate. Demand what's actually flattering and modern. Your hair is too important to settle for aging cuts. If this video armed you with the knowledge to avoid disastrous haircuts, please subscribe to Glow at any age and hit that notification bell. We save you money and regret every single week. Drop a comment and tell me which haircut you're never getting again. Or share your own haircut horror story. I love hearing from you. And if you know someone about to get a haircut who needs to see this, share it with them immediately. You might save them from months of regret. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, the right haircut can take years off your appearance. Choose wisely. See you next week.